Let us turn the pages of history back. Deep into the sands of time. To the year 331 BC. The sun is beginning to set over the vast plains of Mesopotamia. The heat of the day is finally breaking, replaced by the cooling breath of the evening wind. Here, marching across the golden earth, is an army unlike any the world has ever seen. And leading them, riding the black stallion Bucephalus, is the King of Kings, Alexander the Great. Look at him in your mind's eye. His armor is dusty from the long march. His eyes, usually fierce with the fire of battle, are now calm, focused. He is looking at the horizon. Because there, rising from the desert floor like a mountain range made by human hands, lies the prize of the world. Babylon. The walls of the city are immense. They say that 2 chariots could race side by side along the top of these walls without ever touching. They are not just stone, they are a statement of eternity. As Alexander the Great draws closer, the colors begin to shift. The dull brown of the mud bricks gives way to a shimmering electric blue. Lapis lazuli, glazed bricks that reflect the dying light of the sun, turning the city entrance into a glowing jewel. Listen to the sounds of the army. Tens of thousands of soldiers, but they are quiet now, struck by awe. The only sound is the rhythmic thud of hooves on the dry earth. Thud, 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 thud. And the creaking of leather saddles and the soft clinking of bronze spears against shields. They are approaching the Ishtar Gate. Look at the detail. On the blue walls there are beasts fashioned from gold and enamel. Dragons with long necks, lions with bared teeth, bulls standing guard. They are the guardians of the city, but today they do not roar. Today they bow. The massive cedar doors, wood brought all the way from the forests of Lebanon, are standing wide open. There are no archers on the walls. No boiling oil, no spears, only the smell of incense drifting out from the city streets, welcoming the new master of the world. Alexander has arrived. Cross the threshold now. Pass under the great blue arch of the Ishtar Gate. We are no longer in the desert. We are inside the greatest city on earth. The noise of the outside world disappears. Replaced by a symphony of civilization. The streets are not dirt. They are paved with polished stone, reflecting the torches that are beginning to be lit as the night falls. Look up at the rooftops. The people of Babylon have gathered there. Thousands of them, but they do not throw stones. They throw flowers. Imagine it, a rain of petals falling from the sky. Red roses, white lilies, yellow lotus blossoms. They drift down slowly, swirling in the air. Landing softly on the armor of the soldiers. Landing on the mane of Bucephalus. The scent of the flowers mixes with the scent of the burning frankincense on the silver altars lining the road. It is a heady, intoxicating perfume. It smells of peace. To your right, you see something that defies logic. A mountain of green rising in the middle of the city. The Hanging Gardens, one of the wonders of the ancient world. Listen closely. Can you hear it? The sound of water. Water in the middle of the desert. Hidden pumps and canals carry the water of the Euphrates River up, up, up to the highest terraces. Cascading down in gentle waterfalls. Splash, drip, splash. The sound is rhythmic, hypnotic. Ferns and exotic trees sway gently in the breeze, creating a soft rustling sound. Shh. It is the earth breathing. And above it all, the Etemenonki ziggurat, the Tower of Babel. It pierces the twilight sky, reaching for the stars. Alexander the Great looks up at it. Even he, the conqueror of the known world, feels small beneath its shadow. The gold worn by the Babylonian priests glitters in the torchlight. Everywhere you look, there is gold, there is history. There is a weight to the air here, a heavy, comforting blanket of ancient wisdom. You are walking through a dream made of stone and light. The procession finally slows as we reach the southern palace of Babylon. This is not merely a home for kings. It is a labyrinth of luxury, built to intimidate gods. Alexander the Great dismounts from his horse, Bucephalus. The animal is tired, his black coat shimmering with sweat and starlight. Grooms rush forward to take the reins, their movements silent and respectful. Alexander stands alone for a moment at the foot of the massive palace stairs. He looks up. The entrance is vast, flanked by towering statues of winged bulls with human heads, the Lamassu. They stare down with stone eyes, guardians of an empire that has just changed hands. He begins to climb the stairs, step by step by step. With every step, the sounds of the celebration outside begin to fade. The cheering of the crowd becomes a distant murmur. The music of the flutes drifts away on the wind. He passes through the colossal cedar doors, and then silence. Sudden, absolute, heavy. He is inside. The floor beneath his boots changes. Outside, it was stone and dust. Here, it is polished alabaster, cool, smooth, and white as milk. It reflects the flickering light of the oil lamps lining the corridor like a mirror. Alexander walks slowly. Clack, clack, clack. The sound of his greaves echoes down the endless hallway. The air here is different. It does not smell of the desert. It smells of ancient cedar wood brought from the mountains of Lebanon. It smells of myrrh and rare spices that have soaked into the walls for centuries. It is a scent that makes your eyelids feel heavy, a scent of deep, profound rest. Look at the walls as he passes. They are covered in bas-reliefs, scenes of hunting, scenes of feasting, kings of old raising golden goblets to forgotten gods. The shadows cast by the lamps make the figures seem to move, dancing, waiting, watching. Alexander the Great runs his hand along a wall as he walks. His fingertips trace the cold, glazed bricks. He feels the history of this place. Thousands of years of power, and now it is all his. Intimate atmosphere, the carpet. He enters the main antechamber leading to the throne room. Here, the floor is covered. Thick Persian carpets, woven with threads of deep crimson and midnight blue. They are so thick that his footsteps become completely silent. No more clicking of boots, just a soft, muffled pressure. It feels as if he is walking on clouds, or walking on moss in a deep forest. The tension in his legs begins to melt away. The grandness of the room demands slowness. You cannot rush here. Time itself seems to slow down within these thick walls. The throne room entrance. Finally, the throne room, the heart of the world. The ceiling soars high above, lost in the darkness, painted to look like the night sky. And there, at the far end, sits the throne. It is not a simple chair. It is a golden platform, glowing softly in the dim light. Alexander approaches it. He is weary. The weight of his armor, the bronze breastplate, and the heavy helmet feels immense. He unclasps his helmet slowly. He lifts it from his head. He sets it down on a marble table. Clunk. The sound rings out and then dies instantly. He runs his hair through his head. He takes a deep breath, in and out. Releasing the dust of the battle, releasing the strategy, the maps, the noise. For the first time in years, Alexander the Great is just a man.
a tired man looking for rest. He sits on the golden throne. The cushions are soft. They embrace him. He leans back and closes his eyes.
Alexander the Great sits on the throne of the world. The room is quiet, but it is a heavy silence. He looks around at the shadows dancing on the high walls. The oil lamps are burning low, casting long, flickering shapes that look like spirits. He gazes at the golden lion on the armrest of his throne. Its eyes seem to be watching him. He starts to think about the journey that brought him here. The miles of burning sand, the rivers of blood, the clash of steel. He fought so hard to conquer this city. He besieged it in his mind 1,000 times. He thought of Babylon as a fortress to be broken, a prize to be seized. But now, in the stillness of the night, a different thought enters his mind. He looks at the heavy velvet curtains covering the windows, blocking out the world. He looks at the endless trays of fruit and wine left by servants who move like ghosts. He feels the unimaginable softness of the silk cushions beneath him, and he realizes the truth. Babylon is not a fortress. Babylon is a web. A golden web spun to catch the greatest flies, and he is caught. It was a city that looked so formidable from the outside, with its high walls and its deep moats and its iron gates. It seemed like a place that would never let him in. But now that he is here, he feels the walls changing. They are no longer keeping people out. They are keeping him in. The luxury wraps around him like chains made of gold. The comfort is a trap more effective than any prison cell. He realizes with a slow, drowsy certainty that this city, this magnificent, beautiful, eternal city, was hard to enter, but it will be impossible to leave. The ancient priests of Babylon knew this. They knew that the desert makes men hard, but the palace makes men soft. Alexander leans his head back against the throne. His eyelids feel incredibly heavy. He tries to plan his next march. India, Arabia. The ends of the earth, but the thoughts slip away like water through his fingers. Why leave? The room whispers. Why march? The carpets whisper. Everything here is designed to make you stay, to make you rest, to make you sleep.
He looks at his hands one last time. The hands of a warrior. They are resting now on his lap, still. The adrenaline is gone, replaced by a deep, flowing warmth. The prophecy of the city is fulfilling itself. Babylon captures its conquerors not with swords, but with dreams. He is no longer the hunter. He is the guest. The gates of history have closed softly behind him. Click, and he is safe inside the golden cage. The hour grows late. The torches in the hallway have burned down to their embers. Alexander the Great closes his eyes. Let us join him in this darkness. Look at the king's face. The lines of worry on his forehead are smoothing out. Let your own forehead smooth out with him.
Release the tension behind your eyes. Look at his shoulders. They have dropped down. Let your shoulders drop down too. Let the heavy weight of your day fall to the floor. Clunk. Leave it there. You do not need it anymore. Unclench your jaw. Let your tongue rest gently on the roof of your mouth, soft and heavy. As the king drifts into sleep, the walls of the palace seem to fade away. He is dreaming now, and you are dreaming with him. In the dream, you are walking in the hanging gardens, but it is night. The air is cool and misty. You are walking on a path of soft moss. Each step is silent, soft, soft, soft. Around you, strange and beautiful flowers are glowing in the moonlight. Silver leaves, golden petals. Water is cascading from the terraces above, a gentle, endless rain of peace. Wash, wash, wash. It washes away the noise of the battle. It washes away the worry of the empire. There is no king here, no servant, only the garden, only the sleep. The dream holds you gently. The palace is breathing around you, a low rhythmic hum. Perhaps it is the flow of the Euphrates River, endless and deep, flowing, 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 washing away the past. The city of Babylon is sleeping. The king is sleeping, and now you must sleep too. Drift away into the history. Drift away into the dream, deeper and deeper. Babylon holds you now, safe, silent, eternal. Good night.